afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Holotny Fenema Winter. Between the west, we got Slowlee fighting for King and Country, the Commonwealth, the 11th Armored Division versus in the east, we got Dave fighting for the Oberkommand West, Germany, Deutschland, rolling out here with the 12th SS Panzerdivision. And we've got here Luftwaffe, Breakthrough and Skirmish Doctrine with Sturmpionier, Obersoldaten and Raketenwerfers versus Special Weapons, Vanguard and Advanced Replacement with Triple Infantry. Double section start there for Slowlee. Full goes out for Dave with the Kubelwagen following up there for the German Army. Section heading northwards here. Pretty standard start there from the Brits to an extent. I mean, again, it's just more infantry section oriented. Some will play aggressively, some will less. So Dave, though, is pushing aggressively with the Sturmpioneers, looking to secure the areas. He could actually try and push for the fuel point that way and try and disrupt his opponent's opening, but he is taking a bit more casually, looking to secure the compartment and the area around it versus his opponent. Focusing southwards there, Kuban will probably hit the point here and then head straight for the fuel. And we'll probably see more Volkskundiges there for Dave, maybe some Sturmpioniere. We shall see what it ends up with. Third section either for Slowlee, almost got the munitions, but there goes section going in, opening up at max range with the Lee Enfield Mark IV rifles, I believe it was, or was it Mark III? And he just was almost done with the munitions point and then forced away. He could also try and rush them in out in the open. The section is somewhat easy to deal with, but in this case falls back towards heavy cannon, probably should just entirely disengage. Slowlee has managed to grab the fuel point there, Fultz was moving up, but I'd probably just go against just disengaging entirely from this fight instead of just wasting more manpower on this, because at this range the Sturmpioneers won't have any much effect on the section, and he's just been feeding Slowlee sections manpower and experience. Well, experience mostly. Fulton squad moving up, but again, I mean, he might slow down here Slowlee a bit, but it's just another engagement that doesn't really play to Dave and the Oberkommando West's, advantages. You should also probably focus down the more wounded section. There you go. Brandhandgranate up, there we go, doing some damage. That might help a bit here. Got another Volkswagen squad moving up there for Dave and the German Army. The 12th SS pushes onwards for the Fatherland. And there you go, lining up right behind the section there. Well, this, Dave has the upper hand there. The Brandhandgranate allowed him to pull through. Back here, Sturmpioneer is good to go. Kuban in the southwards here. He should probably push for the fuel point. Maybe some sandbags to help dig in there. Doctrine, he could maybe go for something like Luftwaffe ground force to help him dig in. We shall see. Fourth section for Slowlee. Slowlee pushing for that very, very infantry heavy strategy with more foot guns on the way for David. Could consider more Sturmpioneers. They are pretty useful now, and the two squads in the right place can do a lot of damage. Digging in the south, Kuban versus section there. Negative cover, the Kuban chances some damage, but even then it's not going to last long on its own. Dave's Sturmpioneers focus on the way there, grabbing points here, sticking in and grabbing the northern one while digging in as well. Back here, bolted section up for Slowlee, further increasing firepower to bring to bear to Dave. And Dave would definitely, I think, benefit from taking out fast for some battle group headquarters, MG-34s and flat calf attacks, or to push for loops all the way, though, some kind of firepower that can hold back all of these sections and punish it, because otherwise, I mean, he could be in a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, if he had, say, Feuersturm, he could have gone for MP40s, which, in a map like this, and particularly with a few good flanks, could actually do a lot better than the sections. But I think MG34s, maybe a flank half-track or looks here, would be really good for Dave. But he's denying his opponent's fuel, that's good. Das ist good. Section number 4, we got Sam mines being attempted there. He's sadly not sent another squad down there, so they need some bait in the section into a good position. They can then do a lot of damage. So there you go. Looks like succeeded. Section they're taking heavy damage out of negative cover. They can't survive, but there you go. Got the Kubelwagen. And up north, full squad there. Swarm. Sturmpioneers pushed back. There you go. Forced away as well. Did do some damage overall. Truck on the way there for Dave, but the fuel point is now. Needs to rush some troops down. We go immediately. Schnell. Still, reasonable opening here for Dave. Push back Slowlee, but again, Slowlee is just hitting back hard with a lot of infantry. Taking up, they could fill up with sappers and other nasty bits. Now we'll see. Will it be battle group headquarters? Will be. Yeah, it's battle group headquarters. Could also allow for faster tech from medium armor if he wants to, and Obersoldaten. And there you go. Successfully defending the fuel point again. Pushing forwards for Germany. Just reinforcing healing. But again, some overarching strategy for Dave here has sort of yet to materialise, I think. I mean, this is just standard stuff, similar for the Brits, standard stuff. Though, of course, most British strategies do tend to involve just stalling on something called the crocodile, which is still pretty difficult for Germans to deal with, in particular the Oberkommand West, since they do not have the Stug with its high rate of fire that can just sort of keep hammering away at it. The second best option would be the Yak Panzer here for the Oberkommando Best, but that one's not quite nearly as cost efficient, which is really what you also need to fight the Crocodile. Now, of course, also just Cromwell spam or Comets, but there's certainly a lot of players who still favour the Crocodile since that one didn't get nerfed that much. Enforcing Battle Group Headquarters up, no MD-34s. He might be planning here, of course, for something else. Maybe a flak half tack, maybe like infantry guns. Almost got the section here, but the Sturmpanzer is looking a bit rough as well. Up north we got fighting here. Wolf's going to be arriving. Need to retreat the other squad there. Dave's certainly beginning to struggle a bit more versus these infantry heavy builds. I don't think the medics are particularly helping him in the immediate job. They're just pushing back the sections. And there you go, MD-34 rhyming there for Dave for the German army. You should also think prioritise getting assault rifles up, and the Fult's going to do just anything he gets to get more damage in versus those infantry sections. And assault rifles would do him a lot of good there. I mean, he's not going to go for MP40s anyways, which again in the right spot could do some good damage. But there you go, MG-34 almost done. Troops healing reinforcing. I imagine here Slowlee will be setting up for the armoured car. Yes, indeed. Hitting the cutoff point as well. Dave finally beginning to add some assault rifles to his arsenal. The STG-44. But losing the cutoff point here to Slowlee and the Brits. And there you go, AC on the way there. Dave's going to need some anti-tank weapons to have a good chance versus that. And slowly they're sticking to some neat harassment. Fortunately, in there from the other side, you'll be able to get into heavy car first. And there go assault rifles again. That's going to catch the two sections between a lot of assault rifle fire. And there you go, deadly crossfire, causing a full retreat there. Up north, hang about there, ready. AC almost done there for Slowlee, and he's adding in a fifth section. This is not good news for Dave, certainly. Could certainly, I think, force a fast take there for some Obersoldaten or something else to fight them more cost efficient than they might, of course. Oh yeah, he's going to have to go for a Kednefer anyways, but he's certainly going to have to commit to maybe another machine gun first, which will certainly slow down any tech faster. So there's going to be a lot of manpower he's going to have to spend, which will slow down any acquisition of, you know, tech. He's actually going to hunt here and sort of catch it with the two units. He should be able to do some damage. Sandbag's almost done. He could try and catch the section in between two squads. Looks like that's what Dave's aiming for, but there you go. Slowly sneaking up behind. Dave and his Dave's pushing for the front. Slowly up maneuvers. The MD-34 looks like the position. There you go. Catching the section here between two units. Though the Fulton all suffered heavily. Sturmpanzer's getting eventually too. By the section, with the arrival of another section, just can't be fought off easily. No Panzerfaust here from Dave. There we go. Under the point neutral. But Dave is finding himself forced away on many fronts here by Slowlee. Yeah, the MD-34 was definitely not well set up. That Dave probably wasn't paying attention. And there you go. Managed to hold the section right in front of it, cutting quite a few men down. And there you go, pinned down, pushed away. Second trot on the way, but that's not going to be right on time here. Dave could maybe consider going Luftwaffe, calling in some Fallschirmjäger, Breakthrough and some Panzerfusilier or Skirmish and some Jägers. All the way, some infantry just quickly plug up some of the gaps here that's happening right now. I think would do Dave some good. But still, he's able to successfully deny his opponent some resources while gaining some as well, so that should help Dave there in the interim. But we got here 6 sections out for Slowlee, 5 regular rifle sections and 1 sapper section. And forming up a strong point here which he can't easily assault. Almost got the Schwer Punted quarters up. So he's gained the north, but he's lost the south. There's a Slowlee bit of an inversion in some ways of how the map usually goes. But there you go, second MD-34 pretty much as predicted, anticipated, required. Depends really on how I want to view it, because again, Slowlee's got a lot of infantry, and he's also going to make it hard there to push forward, because the second can just lay down heavy fire when they're just bunched up like that, and Dave does not have any artillery to efficiently deal with it. There we go, they're moving up. The MG 34's not going to be up in time. In the south, they're full to the section there. Brandhand Guard's going to need it. Oh dear, there we go, they're focusing down this MG 34 out in the open. They can just sort of blow up like that. Brandhand Grenade off. Need to be careful there. There we go, some heavy damage being inflicted. Almost got a wipe, almost got a wipe, and still need to retreat. The section does not get a wipe away and push back, and he's in the south. Troops are reinforcing healing. Oh, we got the section. Very good. Very good. Section one, they're burning up horrifically there. Pretty good in the end attack there by Dave. A bit risky here. Troops reinforcing healing. You can soon consider some orbital guard in that, the very sort of push back there versus Slowlee. With a light machine gun, they could present a notable threat, though he's still lacking something to seriously deal with the AEC, which is a bit of a pain in his posterior. There goes section push back. Didn't grab the fuel point, he just moved ahead rapidly. Just put some pressure on Slowlee that way. Stone Pioneers should get moving. You can see Dave setting up positions here around the church with the second MG34, and the other one looks like it's about to, there we go, finally fall back in the face of Slowlee's aggression. He could probably go for Vanguard, use raid operation to seize a lot of territory fast away from Dave. Dave there, finding a way, bowing to fate, destiny, whatever you call it, and going for a kidnap. As an email, Slowlee going for a lot of Bren guns, which immediately begin turning away at the full guns behind heavy guard, but they simply can't answer this level of firepower from Slowlee. Got the munitions, almost got the fuel. MG 34's going to have to fall back to the house here and then to get up like Kedden effort. Stone Pioneers with a Panzer set could also prove to be needed. But he's going to have to bounce back here, try and set up maybe an ambush around the shed here as some units move in here towards the carve point, and you can just fire with the assault rifle at a safe distance. For them anyways. There you go. Catch him out in the open, then MG 34 setting up, getting bombarded by the AC. Kednef is not moving yet. At least not quite yet close enough. There you go, section being guarded here out in the open. Machine gun down to one man, going to get wiped here, possibly. And up north, slowly meanwhile just seizing more ground. Are the MG 34 they're gaining veterans? You want a small help there for Dave. Troops are healing and enforcing. Trying to panzer fast and install it. Stone Pioneer in south, close to victory 3, could be moving though, hitting the victory points there, maybe the other point. And we got like Kedmev setting up in the house there for now. Still no doctrinal choice from either player. No commitment towards anything. Stone Pioneers still finally on the move. So what is Dave planning for that matter? What is Slowlee planning? No take up yet there for Slowlee. Nothing further. Just a lot of sections with a lot of Brens. Dave closing in on the Panzer IV. That'll probably be his immediate choice to help the rest of the infantry and the AC. Slowly following up with a 6-pounder gun. There you go, machine gun supporting assault here on Slowlee's northern infantry. Very good. We also got grenades up there for Slowlee, so he's focusing very heavily on the infantry in the south here. Folks need to fall back. Too low on health, and again, just too many sections. There you go, grenades off as well, and wiped. Too slow reaction there from Dave, rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate, and his carve point here is once more exposed alongside the fuel point. Getting pretty risky. Might have to call off the northern push and to get out some armor, at least some more troops. And there you go, got orbital done. Those should assist a bit here with the situation. With a few well-placed light machine gun hits. Kednef moving MG 34 almost taken out here by the AC already. But Kednef shoots and misses. Not good. We got the MG 34 all the way down here. In fact, anticipating a push from the fuel towards it, or from the mission towards the fuel point. And Veteran 4 on the full going to do is pushing northward. Still Kedner falling back, realising it's exposed now, turning into counter-attack. And Dave finding out the orbital garden. Some more elite infantry, and we got the light machine gun on the way for them. But there goes Sappers pushing for the calf pawn there. Still no sign of take over there for Slowlee. Steel ponies need to fall back. They cannot contend with this little firepower again from double Brens on a section. Orbital Norm got the light machine gun ready. There we go. Oh, got the fuel point denied to Slowlee and the British Army. 12th SS continues forwards. Sab's getting blasted, but they're digging in. Then we got the other second. We need to deal with that one first for the orbital dart. No, that's not going to work out. MG-34 reinforcing, and he's basically just sitting up in a position where they can sort of just keep pulling away the orbital dart in there. But there you go, rolling in. Oh dear. He's going to need more support though. Grenade off, and there we go. Almost got the sappers. And white actually. It's a small victory again here for Dave. Section out versus the orbital Dardan. No cover versus light cover. But again, double Brens on a veteran 3 section versus orbital Dardan. It's a bit one-sided. Still got a few kills in there. Panther on the way for Dave Hiney, pushing out there with the armor ahead of Slowlee, who's going for replacement sections. He's going here for Vanguard, and the way he's chosen it, certainly indicates he's just going to go for it for the crocodile. Orbital on the way with the way back. Still no Doctrine chose for Dave. Definitely not encouraging. Minesweeper's out. He's worried about Slowlee actually laying down mines, so far Slowlee has not been doing that. In fact, none of his munitions are going towards grenades and Bren guns. He might have benefited more from a pantry on those jumpers. These need to retreat, by the way. That's really pushing his luck too far. But finally, we got armor out here for Dave for the German army. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 is mobilized for Germany. So setting out there, orbital Dardan moving out as well. The close veterans 1, 7 kills already. If you can get out more orbital Dardan, that would be really helpful. I think 2 orbital Dardan squad should be able to lay down some heavy firepower that can really hurt some of Slowlee's sections. You also, of course, need to support the Panther 4 properly with infantry. Just a blind push ahead, they could end up in trouble. I mean, if he's going for minesweepers, why does he then send in the Panther 4 on its own? That should, usually not be the thing you're doing. There you go. Section getting heavily hit here by the Panther 4, the orbital Dardan. Got a Vickers on the way there for Slowlee finally. And pushing up here as well. Trying to get that AC out of commission. Dave strikes for the fatherland. So German peoples. And maybe some slightly bigger Venus units at the cafeteria. Almost got her there, but sadly does get away. The 6-pounder gun also threats to the Panther 4, which just needs to get the hell out of there. Pin my machine as soon as possible would be pretty good. Still, Dave there once more leading the counter-attack. We got mines down from Dave as well. And we got another try on the way for Dave. He probably wants to sort of repair the Panzer 4, maybe set up for mechanized regiment, but I don't know. I think he should just be focusing more on the task ahead of him, just push for more medium armor and more infantry, and that way push back Slowlee. All of a sudden they're getting swamped in the heavy cover, just 2 sections with a lot of Bren guns and no cover, just beats that. So there you go, trot on the way. You need to get that Panther 4 fixed up. MG-34 hunting up that here. Securing the north point. Got the MG-34 heading for the church there. And a grenade. A bit slow set of that. And ultimately, very quickly forced away. There's just too much firepower, including the grenades. The south here, the section start by the MG-34. Good position. They might want to somehow set up ways so he could shift it from here to there, so it just doesn't become too easily, dealt with. But there you go. Panther 4 finally getting machine gun good to go. You can go for the mechanized regiment. I wouldn't recommend going for a King Tiger. I mean, you should sort of be increasingly getting the idea that his opponent's, maybe playing for something bigger, in which case he needs to go out for some more armor. Generally, I mean, even if you are going for a King Tiger, you should be going for more than 1 Panzer 4 to, buy time, maintain tempo until then. Tried to push with MG-34, in this case, easily flanked by the AC and a section. Need to retreat that MG-34. Oh, yeah, that's going to be too late there for Dave. Got a hit there in the AC. Machine gunner's lost. Veterans 1 there. Oh, main gun up, also moving from the other side. Grenade there. Ah, he doesn't have animations. There we go. In this case, actually, the AC smoke there makes it easier for the Panther to get away. But the Orbison have to fall back anyways. It's a bit of a messy engagement here. Lost the MG34. Not the best move there for Dane, particularly against his opponent does still have a lot of infantry. Replacing the MG34, which is useful, though he seems to have lost another Fulton with his squad, so he's just down to 1. That is definitely a lost squad there for Dave. Mechanized regiment up. Now the MG34. Continuing apparently striking into his opponent's base. Ooh, nice little base rate there from Dave. I like it. I like it. Wunderbar. There we go, getting some hits in there. In this case, Slowlee, they realised what's going on fast enough, was able to disperse, but this could have been really nasty. I mean, he's still pretty unpleasant there for Slowlee, but it could send a much bigger impact if he hadn't realised what's going on. He needs to fall back with the Panther 4. The 6-pounder gun is already on the move here. Section grenades off, but still suppressed. It should soon be pinned down. There we go. Crumbling away there for Slowlee and the British, the 11th Armoured, with the Panther 4 there falling back. MG34 setting out. Fulton's moving in here, going to hit the fuel point. So repair pioneers first, allowing Dave to focus on other things, and he goes for scavenge. I'm not entirely 100% sure of that one. Again, I think just sooner choice A would have benefited him a lot more. For example, the Storm Officer here could have boosted his infantry versus Slowlee's. Panzer is often great, or just, you know, going for Fallschirmjägers and some other bits. And so it feels like a, you know, overall weaker strategic choice here by Dave to first go for the Doctrine at 22 minutes and then going for this one, which is just so much more focused on the earlier elements. This definitely feels not too efficient there by Dave. He's laying down more mine stuff, which is good. Panther flying northwards, close to 2, which is pretty good if he can get it there. Pretty good. Increases accuracy, which makes it even more lethal versus infantry. There we go. Good hit. Shoots us, assholes! Every single one of them! There you go. Orbs on moving in there. There you go. Eventually 2 gain for the Panther 4. Troops are pressed. Need to fall back there with the Panther 4. Sturm Pioneers Veteran 3. Well, it's going to make use of the repair pioneers pretty fast in the south, though. They're slowly sneaking, grab some points there. Slowlee also very close here to the Crocodile. And Dave should probably be forced them to go for Yak Panther to deal with it, since that's going to be like the one that has the best rate of fire, so you know, punch enough holes in it to stop it. I mean, he could go for another Panther 4, but that's not going to be able to deal with it swiftly, which is really what he wants to do as the Crocodile. He just needs to put a stop to it now. Does not repair the Panther 4 sets down to deal with the section. But Crocodile has arrived here for Slowlee and the 11th Armoured Division. This would have probably been helpful by a light infantry gun, some smoke there for Dave, but never quite materialised. Up north, the Orbison the section, gaining victory 2. That's definitely a big boon to the Orbison. It's also really their only offensive boon. After that, it's all survivability or suppression at Regency 4. Panther 4 pulling back for repairs, troops reinforcing, healing, Crocodile moving out, and he's only got the Panther 4 and a single academy to stop this, which is definitely not going to be enough. He could try and stall for a Panther, but I'm not particularly convinced that Panther has the firepower, because that one shoots a lot slower. Trying to bait out into the grenade, sneaky move there by Slowlee, but Dave is smarter than that. Up north over deep in the section there, doing a lot of damage, Goodbye to lightning off as well. Light infantry gun also finding out for Dave, but feels a bit late. Panther 4's good to go again. He's also within range of a Yak Panther. He's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower. He could also go for the Panther 4, obviously. Or he could try and stall for the Panther. Again, he could do it, but lost the academy of the MG34. Panther running southward, so he's going to ignore the Crocodile and hope his opponent's not going to deal with it. In this case, we can also see here Slowlee bring up 2 anti-tank guns to easily support it, which of course makes it a bit hard just to immediately attack it head on, which again is where the Yak Panzer has the advantage, since, you know, it can fire from a safer distance, because otherwise the 6-pounder guns need to be right next to the Crocodile, whereas with the Panzer IV or Panther, it has to move within, you know, more or less their effective range, while they can still stay safely behind the Crocodile. Sappers with PS on the way, and minesweepers as well. There you go, double hit on the Panzer IV, forcing a hefty retreat. Almost taken out there, in fact. MG-34 hanging back, Panzer IV being repaired, half fade to efficiency with 3 roughly. Seems like he's not aiming for the Yak Panzer, but he's aiming for the Panther. Might work, might not. But again, I'm on the probably won't work side of that discussion. Hits a mine there, damn its engine, half health. But again, the 6-pounder gun's easily behind it. It can't attack with a Raketna because it's pretty good at dealing anti-tank weapons. And the double 6-pounder guns just easily deal with any armour. So he has to somehow first launch a large flank, get behind it, and first deal with those. The sufficient armour. Or he has to go for a Yak Panzer. But he's aiming for the Panther. Prioritising the Panzer IV, then using the Steel Pioneer squad on it. Still not going for the Panther. I mean, he's aiming for a King Tiger. That's not going to work. That's just going to be too slow. It's going to be too slow. And there goes blitzing. He's blitzing. But he's sending in there unknown area. I mean, if he's gone for Luftwaffe, he could just call in some air reconnaissance to sort of scout things out. But this situation is not sure where anything is. Orbs on suppressive machine gun inside the house. Right in front of the anti-tanks, avoids them. Brazen rate, they've been exposed to the rear to the Crocodile. Smoke called in here by Dave on it. Very good work. Focus pushed back. As it gets wiped with the Crocodile, actually. Easily. For some reason, while they did it in the autumn patch, they did not remove the fact that the Crocodile has like 2 flamethrowers. One is visible, the other one is invisible. Like the Crocodile's flamethrower is still incredibly lethal. Has a high chance of just wiping stuff. Got a Panther on the way there for Dave. Six-pounder guns trying to pursue the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV just needs to pull back for repairs now. I mean, overall, sort of what Dave wants to do, I feel like it's not what Scavenge is very good at supporting. I mean, again, Luftwaffe could have boosted his infantry, could then make sort of big assault where the infantry quickly moves in, you know, focuses down the anti-tank gun. You could even call in the Luftwaffe airstrike, could focus down the Crocodile, and then the Panzer IV, maybe Yak Panzer, goes to the Crocodile dealing with that. But instead, like, Scavenge just doesn't particularly support. It offers them a lot of benefits, but it does not really support large-scale attacks, you know, the sort of place that I feel like Dave likes. And I feel like Luftwaffe would have been a better choice, personally. We'll see. And you've heard of those suppressing, got forces pulling ahead. Sturmpanzer is flanking behind. Panther sitting out there for Deutschland. In the south, grabbing points. Dave's holding on to the victory points, but he's certainly falling behind slowly here. And the 11th Armored Panther moving down. No pin map machine, but there you go. Pushes back the section. This got Panther. Want to Panther up as the Crocodile, but again, the 2 6-pounder guns are the particular problem. Panther almost, or Panzer IV, I mean, almost good to go. Getting ever closer to 3. Got more focus on the way there for Dave. Crocodile crushing a lot of terrain. They're making it easy for the anti-tank guns to support it by basically clearing up lines of fire. So Very good move there by Slowlee, taking terrain into advantage and destroying set terrain. MD-34 bits is low set up, grenade it. And there you go, Panther 4 going straight for the section. Obviously, quite negative cover all the Bren guns and easily decimated there. So there's a likelihood there of losing the unit. Push for the centre. Dave's sort of in a reasonable position for now. Of course, the Crocodile's still a big threat, in particular, slowly beginning to stop anything supported, like a Firefly or Crow. In particular, Firefly will be useful for Dave's armour, alongside the two anti-tank guns. Like right now, I think Dave probably should prioritise somehow destroying the anti-tank guns. Because we get rid of those, he might be able to then sort of deal with the Crocodile. Again, that easily set them down, but the suggestion would be lay down a smoke screen around here, silence the machine gun, rushing infantry in the armour. Infantry clears out the 6-pounder gun, and the armour then sort of keeps the Crocodile occupied. So far, not much happening there. 6-pounder guns there following up on the Crocodile. Firefly almost done there. Another lightning gun in for Dave for more artillery support.
A Firefly is ready to give someone a bloody nose.
Down here, Panther again, firing it off. Bit.
Ready for instructions. Up you go. Intercom check. Good.
Now the Firefly's out though, Dave is actually in a bit of a sticky situation again. I mean, if he can coordinate a big enough assault, he could pull through. The trick is doing that, and again, somehow dealing with the anti-tank guns, because they're going to feel like they're the biggest issue. I mean, they got good penetration, they got high rate of fire. Holy shit, almost got a wipe. They crushed and sort of murdered them.
The squad's gone.
Very good. Bit late, but still good. 2 sections wiped. Crocodile moving in. They're getting supported by the Firefly and the 6-pounder guns. Problem is, most of Dave's armor is now separated, easily isolated. There go, pushed back. There's not enough supporting forces. A lot of us back here and elsewhere, so Dave's right now in a bit of a situation. Someone has to get out of there. Crocodile just goes straight for Kenneth again. He's easily dealt with. Shot bounced, shot missed. Crocodile can easily penetrate the Panther's frontal armour. So now he's going to have to repair that. And meanwhile, slowly he's just pulling ahead here. Got the Panther 4 heading northwards. Going for some infantry there. I mean, they're probably better than trying to attack and head on into this. It still requires a bit of caution there.
Point is being overrun.
And there goes straight into the Firefly, and the 6-pounder gun's almost ready as well. There you go. Veteran feed on the Panther, increasing mobility, rate of fire, all the good stuff. Machine gun almost cleared out. Small victory there for Dave. And wiped. Panther needs to fall back here right into the double anti-tank guns. And being suppressed easily. Light support artillery is not quite yet there. Again, this is where, you know, smoking this open quite good. He could have just cleared out there into tank guns with his Fultz Grenadiers. Panther 4 causing more havoc up north, but right now he needs to disrupt Slowlee's formation. The Slowlee's formation is, well, pretty strong. Double infantry guns are being caught here by the Crocodile. This is disastrous. Absolutely disastrous for Dave. I mean, losing both the resource of smoke there is going to be critical. And it's going to mean he's going to have no way easily just neutralising the anti-tank guns for his armour, so he can then sort of sweep in, and for that matter, neutralise machine guns, so he can just sweep in and deal with everything. And the Panzer Force just stuck up there. Things are falling flat for Dave, and there goes surrendered. He might have had a chance here, but as opposed to this point, he just felt like he himself couldn't do it, and as opposed, that's fair enough. To an extent, it felt like Dave was finding on the back foot here was slowly a lot. I mean, all these sections sort of bolstered, just easily pushing up. Then Dave just sort of struck. I mean, I do feel like Dave going for an earlier Doctrine with some way infantry emphasis, probably could have pulled through again. Breakthrough, very strong versus that. You know, an officer in the right place, maybe some panzer forces can do a lot of damage. Or Fudgy makes in the right spot and some infantry attacks can really do a lot of damage. It could also have him a lot more mobile versus Slowlee, or just Firestone with submachine guns and other bits. I mean, there are options there. The roads Dave could have taken. Now, overall, I feel like Skirmish just isn't a strong Doctrine for the Oberkommando West at the moment. Again, it just feels disjointed in actually several ways, meaning it's just not very good comparatively. So that's just sort of my opinion there. But I mean, just also some of the delays there could have pushed more armor faster. Part of me thinks, and maybe an infantry gun sooner could also be helpful here and there with a bit of smoke versus Slowlee, and also some bigger assaults. I mean, at that point, as the game went on, Dave sort of resorted more to piecemeal attacks rather than trying to launch a big attack that would, neutralise again the anti-tank and sort of overridden everything. He did have the resources for it, but just quite was able to coordinate the dots there. So I think that really did not help Dave. Slowlee just executed a very brutal but effective strategy there, using a lot of sections, bolstering them, and then sort of waiting for a crocodile, and it was pretty effective because the infantry sections really didn't get nerfed. So I mean, that is a bit the case of the non-nerfs they sort of implemented in the balance patch there. But there you go. Still, well played by Dave. He did his best, but ultimately in this case it wasn't quite enough. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay around or provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing Cheese. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye.